Evacuees from an enormous wildfire moved to safety today in Alberta, Canada. They were ferried out by an airlift and a land convoy from a large section of the province, the heart of that country's oil industry. Sreenivasan reports.
They rolled down a deserted highway about 50 vehicles at a time, taking evacuees south to safety. Over the next 4 days, thousands will convoy from north of Fort McMurray, where they've been stranded, toward Edmonton. They're driving through a fire zone that's roughly 10 times the size of Manhattan. Chad Morrison is Alberta's manager of wildfire prevention.
No fire break here would have stopped this fire because this fire is jumping kilometers at a time. We're seeing fire spreads where, it's creating its own lightning fires out of this fire. This is an extreme, rare fire event, and that's something that's historic for us.
The big blaze has scorched some 1,600 homes and buildings, burning entire suburbs. But Alberta Premier Rachel Notley says the Fort McMurray City Centre has survived so far.
As of this morning, the downtown is largely intact. The hospital is still standing. Municipal buildings and the airport also remain intact. Firefighters have also been working to save as much of the residential areas as possible.
More than 1,100 firefighters are on the fire lines, backed by 145 helicopters and 22 air tankers. But there's only so much they can do. The fire first broke out Sunday, and by Tuesday, towering walls of flames closed in on the city, with a blanket of thick smoke choking the sky. Some 88,000 residents fled for their lives, many of them to evacuation centers to the south. Evan Dyer of the Canadian Broadcast Corporation has been reporting from the scene.
People have talked about escaping through 100-foot tall flames on both sides of the road. And I mean, we've seen dash cam footage that people shot fleeing this fire, where you find it hard to believe the cars could even make it through that inferno. There was fire hopping both sides of Highway 63, which is the only road out of Fort McMurray.
The city sits in the heart of Canada's oil sands region, and the flames have shut down a number of facilities, pushing up global oil prices. Meanwhile, the fire is still burning out of control, fueled by low humidity and high winds.
Right now, we really do need some rain. There's no question about it. And then even once we get rain, there's still going to be a lot of fire out there and a lot of work, and we'll be here for weeks and weeks to put that fire out.
The CBC's Evan Dyer says that means there's no timetable for when the evacuees will finally be able to return home.
Some know for a fact that their homes have been destroyed. Others are still living with the uncertainty of not knowing. Some know their homes are safe, but are perhaps in the path of fire.
But Melissa Blake, the mayor of the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo, says they'll make it.
We are a strong and resilient community, and the friends and family and people who are worried about our folks, I need to assure you, everybody has been out safe and sound. We've got more that we're moving, and we will get them out.
An investigation is underway to determine how the fire started in the first place. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Sreenivasan.